Today we are going to be going on our first WWE figure toy hunt. We are going to be going to two different stores. We are going to be going to Walmart and then we are going to be Target. I'm heading to Walmart first to see what they got. So once I get there, I'll resume the video. We've just made it to our local Walmart, so let's go in and check out and see what they got. As you can see, they already got their Halloween decorations out. They got the pumpkins out. They got it all. Anytime I come in here, I do like to look at the Halloween decorations. Almost to the toy aisle. They even got those darn Christmas decorations. We are coming up on the toy aisle, especially the WWE figure aisle. Normally, this aisle right here. Wait a second though. Oh, look, they got some Jurassic World toys. I never watched the new movies, the Jurassic World Rebirth, but these are some pretty cool toys. This car is pretty cool. How much is that? 30 bucks? Good lord. A little bit expensive. Oh, the Mosasaurus, that's pretty darn cool. And then you got the Spinosaurus down here. And the masks and everything. Lego's really stepped up their game ever since I was a kid. They've got Minecraft Lego, they got Fortnite Legos, they've got any brand of whatever it is that we'll name it, you know, they have a Lego of it. Alright, looks like she's gone, so I do always like to look at the Godzilla versus Kong toys too, because I love these movies, and I'm telling you, if I was like big into collecting like toys in general, I would definitely buy this one. They had a bigger Godzilla one, but it looks like they might have sold on that one. And they got the small ones, small Kongs, small Godzillas. And then they got the How to Train Your Dragon remake, the live action remake, which I also have not seen yet. But I imagine it was probably a pretty good movie. They got little plushies down here too. Those are pretty cool. They got a pretty good toy selection so far. Oh, that's a cool looking dragon right there. And then you got Hiccup. That's a nice sized toothless and Hiccup. That's pretty cool. And then right next to it, they got the Superman toys, which I love that movie. It was a fantastic movie. If you guys have not seen Superman yet, I suggest go ahead and rent it on Amazon Prime or find it on Blu-ray and definitely purchase it. But yeah, they got Superman toys. You got Crypto, little like wind up Crypto where you wind him up and he flies up in the sky. These are pretty cool, like a 5-pack of all like the main figures of it. And then just 1 pack of just Superman. And then just like how they do the Marvel, the Marvel like figures. Just like that. Maybe 10 bucks for those figures. Those aren't bad. Never really was into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a kid. So let's go over there and check out the WWE toys. Well, okay. Not a horrible selection, I will say that. Sometimes it can be pretty barren, honestly, but this isn't horrible. They got a lot of Ultimates, so we'll go through those in just a second. But over here they got Elite Roman Reigns, and then they have an Elite Solo Sikoa, which I never really sought out to get the Tribal Chief Solo Sikoa one. I just really didn't care for it. I mean, I don't really like the figure, how it's in like the suit and everything, but you know. And then over here on the Ultimates, you got Ultimate CM Punk, which I have not seen in forever. Oh, you're good. I've only seen this one online, so. I got Ultimate Solo Sikoa. Ultimate Solo Sikoa is pretty cool. They got the Ultimate Logan Paul. Pretty good looking Ultimate figure, honestly. This is from his WrestleMania 40 attire. There. Sorry guys, had to pause the video. Somebody else came down looking at the figures, and I'm not going to get in the way of other people looking at the figures. So another Logan Paul back there, and then they do have the WCW Lex Luger. Pretty cool looking Ultimate figure. Was a pretty solid selection of Ultimate figures, honestly. A lot of CM Punks. Well, mainly I see 2 Punks and a bunch of Logan Pauls and 1 Solo Sikoa. And then they do have basics with the main event series. So you got Roman Reigns right here, another Roman, got Damian Priest, another Damian Priest, another Damian Priest, another Roman. And then up here you do have the battle packs, which I will say, just in general, the basics and the battle pack figures have become so much more worth buying than they were when I was a kid. So right here you have the Damian Priest, Finn Balor battle pack, Kevin Owens, Stone Cold Steve Austin battle pack. That's a pretty cool one. And another Kevin Owens, Stone Cold Steve Austin battle pack. So yeah, and then you got a Logan Paul up there, and then another CM Punk up there. The only one I'm really thinking about purchasing is maybe a CM Punk, but honestly, I don't know. I could always probably find it later on down the line for a little bit cheaper. So honestly, I think I'm gonna wait on purchasing that. They do got the figure, or not the figure belts, but they do got like the little play championships. That's pretty cool. So yeah, honestly, I think that's all the WWE selection they have. Oh, they do have this Eddie Guerrero or Rey Mysterio, you know, I forget what the heck it's called. The Lucha Lowrider. I pretty much kind of what he entered in WrestleMania 39 on. But yeah, I mean, other than that, a solid selection. I wish they had maybe a little bit more elites. Maybe Target will, but not going to purchase anything here. So we're going to go to Target. We're going to check out and see what they got. It took me a minute to get out of Walmart because I was actually looking around for that kid who wanted to buy a WWE figure, the one who I paused my video for. I was gonna find him and I was gonna buy him one, but I couldn't find him. So we're gonna head to Target, and I'll see you guys at Target. We are headed for the toy aisle now. Really curious to see what all they'll have. I mean, Walmart had a pretty decent selection. Maybe they'll have more elites. I know Target really typically doesn't always have a lot of Ultimate figures, so we'll see. All right, here we go. It's coming down one of these aisles. Not this one. I see him right there on the end cap. We are currently in the Lego aisle because the figure aisle is pretty much clogged up right now. So we're just gonna be looking at some Legos for now. Which, honestly, they got a lot of cool Legos. They've always had a lot of cool Legos, but I hesitate from buying Legos simply because of the price and how expensive they can be. But like, I mean, like, you got little sets like these right here: Spider-Man, Hobgoblin, Mary Jane. You got Sonic Legos. You got Minecraft ones, like all sorts of Minecraft ones. You know, they got the Pillagers, and then you got Bowser's Castle down there. You got like a Sleeping Fox kind of Lego, and then like a Netherite kind of fortress. It looks like a pickaxe, but it's actually like a whole looking place that looks pretty cool. And then they can actually have a Minecraft movie Legos, which, I mean, that movie was okay. It wasn't horrible. Of course, they got the chicken jockey in there. They just could not make a Lego of that. It looks like a whole village from the Minecraft movie. These are the ones I really like the almost like based off of like the movie ones, like the Mario and Yoshi one. That looks pretty cool. The ones that are mainly like could be for decoration. This Enderman, I will say, is pretty darn cool. And you got the Piranha Plant from the Super Mario World, and then you got Shadow, and you got Peely from Fortnite. And then down here you got the Battle Bus from Fortnite. And over here you got like an Iron Man kind of, this is like an Iron Man stand. See, that would make like a pretty cool decoration. Then you got the Infinity Gauntlet. I think that one's pretty cool. Then you got the Spider-Man mask. And this one's pretty cool. The whole Marvel logo with all the main 6 heroes coming out of it. Never really a big Harry Potter fan, so. And then down here you got the Age of Ultron Quinjet. That looks like that'd be a long build, almost as big as like the Millennium Falcon, but still pretty cool nonetheless. I really like this set down here. It's like Oscorp, and it's got, what all does it come with? Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Miles Morales, Eddie Brock, Ghost Spider. I don't know exactly what that is. Norman Osborn, Kraven the Hunter, Green Goblin. Pretty cool looking set, honestly. Let's go see if that figure aisle is almost empty. It does not sound like it is. So we're just gonna wait around for a second. Now back here, they got all sorts of different Legos too. They got like this Viking village, which is pretty darn cool. A little love sign that could make a nice decoration. And then you have a Christmas, almost a Christmas village, or like a, what is this called? Santa's post office. I think that'd be a really cool like Christmas decoration to have around the house around the holiday season. And you got the Nightmare Before Christmas kind of whole little village and everything. Never seen that movie, but I've heard really good things. The Polaroid looks pretty darn cool. But yeah, I mean, if you just look at some of these prices, some of them are just outrageous. I mean, this is a cool, really cool set. But $150, I don't really know if it's worth $150, to be honest with you. These flower ones are pretty cool. Say if you or a loved one or you or your spouse want to just sit down and chill one night and do like a fun activity, picking up one of these for like $25 and then putting it together is actually a pretty fun activity. And then we got a Lord of the Rings set, and they have a retro radio. This is pretty cool. But see, that's like that's like $100 right there. Kind of crazy to me. And then this is something I would love to get, but like I said, pretty expensive. It's the DeLorean from Back to the Future, $170 or $171. That's insane to just spend on a Lego, but I will say that a DeLorean is pretty cool. And you got Transformers Optimus Prime up there. That is pretty darn cool. They got some space ones down here. There's like these little boxes too where you can kind of light the sets up and see exactly what they look like. Another Bumblebee right there. The Mona Lisa. A Tuxedo Cat Lego set. Those are pretty cool. Another space one, and these are all the creator ones. So these ones, I would say you really get your bang for your buck, honestly, because you can make 3 different things out of each Lego set, and I've always thought that's pretty cool. I used to be a big fan of the Lego City set, so like down here, when I was a kid, I would probably beg my parents to get me this one. And that one's pretty cool over there, like kind of like a snow truck or a snow rescue truck. A space rover right there, a space station, an airplane. A lot of really cool Lego sets over here. Camper. And then you got, which I had something like this when I was a kid, but it wasn't this exactly. It was like from the Monsters series of Legos. And it was like kind of like a house as well, but this one is pretty darn cool. And you can make it 3-in-1, so you can either make it a pirate ship, a little fort, or you can turn it into a train, which I think is pretty darn cool. Or no, so it can be a train, a pirate ship, and then the house. So you can't tell me that's not worth your money, I'd say. And $90 too. So. Alright, we're gonna go try and see if we can get into that figure aisle. It still sounds like there's a lot of traffic over there though. People have finally started clearing out of the figure aisle, and so far, I mean, it's not a horrible selection. Could definitely be better, but let's go through and see what they got. So they got kind of the same thing. Roman Reigns, I don't even know what Elite Series this is, but this one's going to be shelf warming for a while. It's just him and his, kind of promo attire. I mean, the hoodie is a cool thing, how it's all cloth, but definitely not worth it enough for me to buy. A Rey Mysterio, which is pretty darn cool. And then you got a classic Billy Gunn, which I think is really cool. And then over here, I saw this. You got the Undertaker, which is 30% off, so not a bad deal, honestly. And then you got the Elite Seth Rollins, another Billy Gunn. You got a basic Damian Priest behind Undertaker and a basic AJ Styles behind Damian Priest. And up here you got Drew McIntyre. So just 2 Drew McIntyres, honestly. You got another Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kevin Owens battle pack. And then down here they have actually a pretty good selection of battle packs. So they got CM Punk and Seth Rollins, like promo gear. And then they have the Final Boss and John Cena kind of battle pack, which I think this is pretty darn cool. And then you got a Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre battle pack as well. And then you got Miz and Gunther battle pack. And then behind it, just another Seth Rollins and Punk battle pack. So I will say a bigger selection on the battle packs than Walmart had. Like I said, The Rock and the John Cena one is a pretty cool set. I like how it comes with like The Rock and his full outfit from WrestleMania 40. I think that's pretty darn cool. Let alone that, I think is worth the buy for that, but I think we'll be passing that up for today. And then we got Tony D'Angelo, 3 Elite Tony D'Angelos. Then you got some more basics over here. You got Trick Williams, a TNA champion, Damian Priest, Roman Reigns, and then behind Roman is Kofi Kingston, which actually that's a pretty darn cool Kofi Kingston. And then up top you got Solo Sikoa, and then over here you got Roman Reigns, and then Tony D'Angelo once again. And then down here you got your championship belts. They got the World Heavyweight Championship, the United States Championship, Intercontinental Championship, and I'm pretty sure that's about all the championships they have. I mean, that one's, I think, is just the United States title back there. And then down here, they do have the Money in the Bank set, which is pretty cool if you're interested in getting like rings. If people are looking for like rings and a play set to go with it, there's that Money in the Bank set for you right there. And then you've got the blue steel cage that comes with the ring as well. So yeah, honestly, not a bad selection here. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna get anything, which isn't always a bad thing. Next week maybe if we go to a different location, maybe I'll find some stuff that's worth buying. But I think for today, I think Target does it in. So yeah. I do also collect vinyls, so I always feel like it is worth kind of stopping over to check out and see what vinyls they got. Like I said, they got Doja Cat. I think that's her new album that just recently came out. They got a Sabrina Carpenter. They got Morgan Wallen, I'm the Problem. They got Olivia Rodrigo, Taylor Swift, of course, and they even had her new album on the end cap. Oh, they got Snipe Hunter by Tyler Childers. This is actually pretty darn cool. How much is this one? 34. How much? Tyler Childers, 35. That's honestly not horrible. And they got Tyler the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost. I don't know. Igor. And then they got the Weeknd album. They got a SZA album. And over here they got Motley Crue, Michael Bublé, Sinatra Ultimate Christmas one. That's pretty darn cool. And then Christmas number ones. I do like the Christmas vinyls. I think those are cool. And you got the Tron Ares soundtrack for the new movie coming out. You got a Weezer vinyl. You got Nirvana. Big Notorious. And then you got Queen, Greatest Hits 2, which I think I have Greatest Hits 1, but I'm not going to pick up 2. You got the Wicked soundtrack. You got Killers, Hot Fuss. And then you got another Tyler the Creator album. Not a huge Tyler the Creator fan, but we'll listen to it when it comes on. Utopia, I already have that one on vinyl. Swimming by Mac Miller is a pretty good album, but really I don't think it's worth the buy on vinyl, at least in my opinion. Fleetwood Mac, I already have Rumors, I believe. Evanescence, 20th anniversary one, F1 the album. This Sublime back there. You got Jeff Buckley, the Beatles, Boys to Men. They got Eminem, Curtain Call, Drake, Views. They actually have a pretty good selection of vinyls. But honestly, I think I am going to pick up Snipe Hunter. I think by Tyler Childers, his most recent album. I really like it, and yeah, I think this is what we're gonna get. So we did not end up getting any WWE figures, but we did end up getting the brand new Tyler Childers Snipe Hunter album. Can't wait to listen to it on vinyl. I hope you guys enjoyed this toy hunt. Like I said, I'm gonna try and be doing these like every Friday if I can. If not, you know, there'll be some other video up in replacement of it. But yeah, guys, I'll see you all in the next one, and enjoy and take care.